Trump was like, well, there's a lot of great people, They're all working here. And, a lot of, and kind of,
who are the great people?
Who is the best presidential candidate to follow Trump? That question was asked of Tucker Carlson. He gives an answer that I didn't fully expect, but in some ways it's kind of normal. Welcome to the channel. I'm Doug. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for leaving a comment below, especially really helps push this show out. And that's what we're all about, is spreading the good word that MAGA is not going to go away in 2028. Trump has to find a successor. And is it who we think it is? Here's Tucker Carlson on Who's Next.
well, President Trump support him for president. That's what's on my mind. I know Trump was asked this by Bret Baier, I think, a couple months ago. And when he was asked, Trump was like, well, there's a lot of great people, They're all working here. And, a lot of, and kind of,
Who are the great people?
Hold on before he answers who are the great people. I want to emphasize that I saw that interview with Bret Baier, and he said, who will be next in 2028? And Trump did not immediately just go, J.D. Vance, he's the vice president. That's what you'd expect him to say. And I think that's part of why Trump didn't give Bret Baier what he wanted. And I think Trump does fully intend to endorse J.D. Vance. I think he's not going to do it right away because he knows the importance of media and putting the tension in there so that they're going, who will he pick? Who will he pick? And it's too early for him to announce it because it'll just be, it won't be exciting in 2028. But if he waits till the very last minute, then goes, it's going to be J.D. Vance, then suddenly it's news. That was my sense of the whole thing. I don't believe he was making a judgment because I think Trump would really be discrediting himself, hurting himself and his movement if he did not pick J.D. Vance. No pressure.
How are you doing the job differently than Kamala did it?
Well, I don't have, 4 shots of vodka before every meeting. That's one way I think that Kamala really tried to bring herself into the role is these word salads. And I think that I would need the help of a lot of alcohol to answer a question the way that Kamala Harris answered questions.
He's allowed to pick and endorse whoever he wants. He has his own thoughts and feelings. But I do think Trump is still on the J.D. Vance team. Now, here's Tucker Carlson saying who is strong on his team, who Trump could mean besides J.D. Vance.
but my suspicion,
I can't think of any.
well, I think he's hired a lot of really good people for the
He
administration.
certainly has. But as his successor,
Yeah, who has he picked? I'm going to break in one last time here. Who? Is it Tulsi Gabbard? She ran for president before. Tucker Carlson goes, no. Who? Marco Rubio, Secretary of State? He's a great guy. But who? He wouldn't be a great successor. RFK Jr., he's run for president. Tulsi and RFK Jr. are Democrats, so no. But is he a great president? Tucker Carlson's looking across this array. Elon Musk, he's looking across to, Elon Musk wasn't born in America, so he's not eligible. But that field, maybe a Doug Burgum, is set up as kind of normal guy. No one better than this pick.
someone who understands what Trump believes, the Trump program, Trumpism.
Yeah.
I think Trump is a transformative leader. Trump is, in a lot of ways, the most important president in the last, certainly since Roosevelt.
In our lifetime.
Certainly in our lifetime.
Yes.
And, I think people want to leave a legacy, all of us, and great men especially do. And the only person in the entire Republican Party, from my position, who's capable of carrying on the Trump legacy and expanding it, making it what it should fully be, is J.D. Vance.
Truth. Tucker Carlson knows, and he's speaking the truth. I've heard some other names thrown out there on the right, and just the obvious pick is going to be J.D. Vance. Just because he's obvious and he's next in line does not mean that he automatically gets the endorsement, but I also think he has the values, he has the temperament, he has the gravitas, he has the charisma, he has the personality, and I think it would be a real mistake, say, to go with someone like a Vivek Ramaswamy or something. Would be terrible, because J.D. Vance is so much better. So I'm just going to say I agree with Tucker on this, and that's part of why I'm showing this off. As I was thrilled to hear this answer from him.
I think his loyalty is without question, and his service to Trump has been profound. profound. So I'm assuming that was, just like a phrase that you feel you have to use. But
I sort of think he was protecting JD from
that's probably right.
From incoming.
That's probably
like
right.
He was like, I'm not saying that now. The last thing I want to do is, also, I don't want people thinking about the next presidential election. We've got a lot of work to do right
That's exactly right. And there's a lot that will happen between now and then. But the idea, look, the real battle here is between the people who care about the country primarily and people like Nikki Haley who don't care at all about the country, like at all. They don't care at all. They really care about the fortunes of foreign countries. And that's how they're paid. So I get it. But the pro-America side, I think, is winning. It's a constant battle. It never ends. But I think they will prevail in the end because ultimately a leader is responsible for his people, his nation. That's how he's judged.
Yes.
And we're going to go back. He pushed against Nikki Haley. I just want to know, has anyone heard anything about Nikki Haley in the news since Trump won in the last couple of months? Where's Nikki Haley? She's gone. Okay. Trump has not leaned on her for help, mentioned her name. She's been scrubbed from political history. So if you're Nikki Haley wanting to run for president in 2028, what is she betting on, and what does she think will happen? The MAGA brand will either continue to be strong, or there's the power that be in the past of the old Republican guard, people like Nikki Haley, who think that past is coming back, that this 4 years of Trump is some little anomaly, and once he's done throwing his tantrum, we'll go right back to business as usual. It's Mitch McConnell time, John Boehner time, Paul Ryan time, Bush the second, Bush the first, even Reagan. Those old times, they're coming back. They are not ever coming back. So I don't know who will be viable in 2028. Nikki Haley will not be one of the options. The Mike Pence type, the Nikki Haley type, the Mitch McConnell type, they're done. So Nikki Haley thinks, I don't know how she gets that brand back up by 2028. I don't think there's going to be any interest in that.
And so we'll return to equilibrium. Like Chairman Xi, whatever you say about him, like he's got China's interests in mind. Vladimir Putin, totally obsessed with the fortunes of Russia. You may disagree with what Putin does. You may not like Putin, whatever. He's about what's good for Russia. Our leaders have not been that way. And I think going forward, they probably will be because there's no other way to run a country.
But ultimately, the decision that President Trump will have to make through this very important endorsement is who's going to carry on my legacy? Who's going to be the guy?
Yeah.
And the most obvious person at this moment does seem to be JD.
There's no one else. And I think already, it's a tough gig for any vice president, this one included. But I think already J.D. Vance has been, as you saw in the clip you just played, a powerful partner, a subordinate partner,
yes.
not co-equal partner. He's the vice president, but he has been a powerful partner for Trump. I don't see any other, at this point, as of today, any other conceivable option. I think J.D. Vance will be the nominee.
I believe so, too. Part of why I'm showing this to you is so we can all be happy together. I think he's the correct move, the correct guy, the correct choice for Trump. So I hope it remains open to J.D. Vance and he continues to fill those trousers over time, bigger and bigger until finally it comes to fruition in 2028 or late 2027. And it becomes clear that he's the one because I really think MAGA, and by the way, I heard Steve Bannon say he was trying to get Trump a third term in 2028. No, Steve Bannon, we need J.D. Vance. It will be his time. Okay, we're not doing a third Trump turn. Some would argue a fourth term. Anyways, what do you guys think? Are you on board with the J.D. Vance plan, or do you have an alternative? You're allowed to throw them out there in the chat. Let us know what you think. Whether if you're for J.D. Vance, give us a thumbs up and just put his name in the say, I'm on Team J.D. Vance. Or if you're on Team whoever, Nikki Haley, go ahead and put that in the chat too. Thanks for watching my channel. I'm Doug.